Hello, hello, this is Simone. Remember this one? I started this in February and then I somehow never got around to finishing it. And a couple of weeks ago, I cleaned my scrap room and I found this box that was sitting there. And I remembered that I wanted to finish it, and I really do. And so I started preparing. I wrote down post-it notes for all the blank spaces that are missing. I printed the photos of the things that I want to put in there. And so I'm actually prepared to do all the things now. There's no sticky note, so I need to add that one. But I think I can finish this in maybe 2 sessions, because it's actually, there's nothing more to do than sit down and finally do it. So I thought that this would be a great thing for when I'm out and about with my parents, and to have a little finish this up series on my YouTube channel for the month of June. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to put you on fast forward now. Bye. So obviously this never happened. I filmed so many videos, but I never got around to editing them and doing a voiceover, because filming is probably the easiest part of all of this YouTube stuff. So I just went through the book and looked for the first prompt I hadn't done. And since I hadn't really done all the prompts in the correct order, I really needed some kind of stamping board underneath my stamp or the paper, because it wouldn't have stamped correctly. Yeah, and so I'm just using this little cutting mat from American Crafts. It would actually work even better if you had something like a mouse pad that is soft, because then your stamp can really sink in. So the prompt for number 10 is my favorite number, and I had already done the prompt for my favorite letter. So I just looked for that and then tried to use the same paper, because I liked the idea of having these two very similar prompts done in a very similar way. So, and the way I actually made this 4 is that I just wrote out a 4, and then I went around the 4 again, but left space between my outline and the 4 that I wrote. So, and I tried to leave the outline to leave the space in the same space everywhere, and so I just was able to make this 4, and I really like how that turned out. And you saw me struggling with the pen. I have a love-hate relationship with these pens. Maybe my hand is too heavy for felt-tipped pens. I use that because it is an archival pen, it's waterproof, and it would actually be much easier to use it. You can stamp. What am I saying? No, again, let's try this again. It's waterproof, so if I spill water on it, and I'm known to do that, it won't smudge. And yeah, you could color in with watercolors, and yeah, it would be much better to use that pen. It's a Sharpie pen, but I don't know, they really wear out very, very quickly. And yeah, so I then went on to use the Muji pen. It's a gel pen, and it has this little ball in the tip, and that rolls much easier and much smoother than this felt tip pen. So now I'm going on to the next prompt, and the next prompt is Happy Mail. And I have a box. I'm really using the word "and" all the time, so I really need to think of words that link sentences together that are not the word "and." So what did I do? I have a box that has a lot of collage items in them. I have not done any collages really. Well, I do scrapbooking collages, but I mostly use new products. I don't cut out stuff from newspapers and or stamp using envelopes and stamps like that. But I knew I had these stamps in my box, and I went looking for them because I really loved that the way those looked with the Happy Mail. And then I also took a photo of all the letters that I received from my friends and that I still need to answer. I'm so bad. I don't know why. You know that I moved from Germany to the United States about 2 years ago. And I really wanted to keep in touch with all of them. And I really, really love letters because it's just so much nicer to have a letter from a friend in your mailbox than to receive an email or keep up with them via Instagram and or a blog. And it's even easier, it's more personal that way, because sometimes people keep up with me because they find me on social media, but they do not have a social media presence, so it's very one-sided. They know stuff about me, but I don't know anything about them. So yeah, but I have ups and downs, and I really, as bad as it sounds, I really love to craft more than write mail. Yeah, that's me. But I still love Happy Mail. So I just need to order stuff so I get Happy Mail as well. So I'm done with that prompt. I really try to keep it very simple. I just use my handwriting and lettering to write down the prompt. I stamp the number of the prompt with the skinny letter numbers from Coco Daisy. I think they were in a kit in December of 2015. If I remember correctly, and I was able to purchase them separately. But I love them, and I know that they had an alphabet set like that, and I really would love to get my hands on that. So if you have it and you don't use it, leave a comment. I'll buy it off your hands, totally. I had the papers and supplies I'm using here are the leftover stuff from my now I don't remember the collection name. It was my February collection for that I did for the April Lily design team. It was called something with love, the Valentine collection from Crate Paper for 2017. And I still had a lot of papers left and scraps, and I thought they would work perfectly here in this little mini album. And yeah, I think, I don't know, the first video of this series. I definitely talk about all of my supplies, and if you are interested in seeing everything up close, check out that video. I will link it in the description box below. And here I cut apart the pattern paper because if you leave the fold in the gap there, I don't remember what it's called, the gap fold thingy, then it will bulk up your notebook even more. I mean, this mini album is bulky as it is, but I'm trying to still be able to reduce bulk as much as possible. So this prompt is, I love something I read, and I love a lot of things I read. I'm not a very critical, well, I am a very critical reader, but not so much. So I love a lot of books, even if they aren't, well, if the story takes me in, then I don't really mind if the language or the it's not high literature. So yeah, I love a lot of books, but this book series will be dear to my heart forever and ever and ever. So that's why I took a photo of all of my Harry Potter books that I have. And I know there's people who really collect one series by one, like the hardbound books from England or the softcover books from the United States. I have a whole collection of Harry Potter books that are not matchy, and I love them exactly the way they are. So the next prompt is number 20, and it's called I love my favorite boys. So definitely my 3 boys. And then I'm also adding a heart on each page. And then I'm done. Thank you so much for watching. There will be more of this series in the next couple of weeks. See you next time. Bye!